This heat features a former event champion, Taj Burrow, representing Australia, and a brand new name on tour this season, rookie Goofy Foot from Sao Paulo, Brazil. Ubatuba, same kind of zone as Felipe Toledo. Wiggolly Dantas beat TJ yesterday with a couple of nines. Looked really comfortable today as we see a scrappy little start right out front. Wiggolly Dantas does achieve the first wave. A battle ensued for the takeoff. He was able to rifle off 2 backside hooks, finishing solid on the inside corner. Sticking to that game plan, not giving up, Potts.
That was pretty close right there. Wiggolly literally went straight over the top of Taj. Both guys obviously wanting that inside position. Can't wait to see a slow motion of this right here. Taj went underneath Wiggolly. And that could have been added to this crazy morning we've already had so far. Some beautiful surfing though from Wiggolly to kick things off. Not a big score by any means, but got his feet in the wax. Draws first blood against Taj. Have a look at this. See how Taj just ducks, dives, and Wiggolly takes that wave on the back of his shoulders, but so strong, manages to get up and still capitalize on some big turns. And that could have been very close to an interference right there, Joe.
Not holding back. Dantas gets the first wave and he'll paddle back out.
Yeah. It almost, I'm like nervous, but it's not a nervous where I'm going to fall. I'm a nervous where I want to win heat. So I guess I'm in a good frame of mind, and I just want to keep going.
And Joel, former world champion, how do you, get yourself amped, re-motivate, and look at your season and get going again?
Have a start like I did. I had a really crappy start to the year, and I'm a much better surfer than where I am, and I'm sitting pretty far down, and I feel like I don't deserve to be there. I want to be up the top, and if I can keep that rhythm and keep that kind of surfing up.
He achieved the start in a paddle battle for that first wave. Now Taj will check out a lowers left. Good for one float, and he's out.
Yeah, Taj going for broke on that first wave of his, just a 0.83. A small little left there to kick things off as well, just something in around about 1.5. It's a bit of a shaky start for Taj Burrow.
Now as we see this set pour through, here in round 3, heat number 5, Wiggolly will emerge from the whitewater. Fading backside carve to set up the pocket. Nice little backhand jam. A lot of whitewater on the face, but he knifes it off the top. And will kind of turn his way out the back on the finish. That's his second scoring ride to back up the 6.0.
Yeah, kind of a strange wave, really. Took a little while to get going, but then it stood up for a bit. That white water from the wave before kind of interfered a little bit with Wiggolly's performance. A white water takeoff too, so a tricky start. Big wraparound cutback, just waiting for it to stand up. Now it does. This is where he unleashes a couple of beautiful turns before that white water really comes into play. Right there, and then tries to force the issue right at the end here. Tries to get that tail sliding, the fins connect. Get a little jaded from the whole experience. And yes, the QS is a nightmare, and still is. It's tough, it's a grind. And
going for the heat and maybe change the rhythm around a little bit in my favour instead of being all going Joel's favour. There was fun waves out there. We seemed to have, I don't know if we had more waves in our heat or we sat in a better spot than the other guys in the last few heats, but we kind of sat on that more to the north peak, and there was plenty of waves for us, and Joel capitalised on the good ones he got, and I didn't. I still had fun, but just a little pissed off at the end of the day.
Well, you got a little bit of time before the next event in Portugal. What will you do between this transition from this event to the next event?
I don't know. I'm here at home already, so I'm just cruising at home, and we got some fun stuff going on.
But definitely disappointed losing early here at lowers. Meanwhile, Wiggolly lighting up this right-hander again.
Yeah, lighting it up all right. Have a look at those 2 turns. And again, that's 3 solid turns. Talk about what part of the criteria suits Wiggolly is that combination of major maneuvers. Taj Burrow's got a little bit more innovation involved. Shows a little bit more variety. Let's have a look. Big gaffing turn right there. And then gets the fins out the back. So combination of major maneuvers with some variety is so good. And if you connect with the wave at exactly the right moment, you're going to have that big explosion of spray out the back of the wave. Taj is amazing at that. But to match Wiggolly's power, I think Taj has got to throw some of that innovation and progression involved.
14 on the clock. Late decision for Taj to take this wave under priority. He'll set the fins out the back on the first move. High line wrap, back foot slips. He'll get back up. He knows the judges don't like that. Neither does he. He'll get out.
The last heat, so they are out there. Taj definitely got that ability to talk about the innovation. Look at this turn right there. Beautiful. Throws the fins out and goes for another big smashing turn. He was expecting those fins to sort of release a bit right there. Was looking for that slide, but they caught and drove, and that created that slip.
Open someday soon. Little peaks popping up here, Potts, and Taj is going to hold his position.
Yeah, just not enough vertical face on that. Wiggolly just did, that's for sure. Let's have a look at this wave here from Wiggolly. Dantas, bang off the top again as he draws off the bottom. Just seamless, powerful, radical surfing. Just so much pressure on that back foot. And Wiggolly, so solid on his feet, never looked like falling on that wave right there. Board was just totally in sync with the wave.
It'll break farther outside, but you're still going to have that same kind of opportunities we see Taj here taking off on this one, where those waves, they'll back off, but you need to choose the right one. So I don't think we'll see a lot more as we watch him just wrap that cutty. But again, where these waves just die off like this, you got to choose those ones that have enough water in that stay.
It's just focused on coming back for another big year on tour. This is TB now. Snap to start. Full wrap. Nice little coping on the inside. Crush it with a little off the top. And just kick his way out in the whitewater section. Taj needed an 8.94. Chasing Dantas because Wiggolly had that 8.27 on his last wave. Just looking at the numbers, Potts. Wiggolly almost makes this a tradition, starting off with decent scores, and he just builds throughout every matchup.
Exactly, and it's just that confidence thing, you know, at a young age, he's got it. Let's have a look at Taj's wave here, a little smaller. This was underneath Wiggolly's priority. Beautiful wraparound cutback. And then that hits that whitewater, which makes it a lot harder to get those big turns and those high scores. Taj knew that. And another good wave approaching the lineup, Joe.
Now setting this one up, it's Wiggolly's right away. Fades the takeoff. Nice little backhand jam. And just a one maneuver section. That doesn't affect the top two, just handing priority to Taj with 4:30 remaining.
I'm gonna miss that. And here we go, Wiggolly.
Wiggolly Dantas. Fun looking right. Snapping it over the whitewater on the second move. Blasting the fins out to get radical for the reverse. And this one's going to let him ride out with the completion. Will come into the tail waft from Taj as he pulls that one around. Stabs it in the pocket. Lay back, drift off the lip, and he'll sink on the landing.
Let's have a look at wave from Taj here. Beautiful, clean, set wave, draws off the bottom and bang, throws that tail out. One of the best at it. I mean, how's the balance right there to be able to pull that off straight into the next turn, and then right here, he should have made that. All the hard work was done, but just pushing a little bit too hard, a little bit off balance on that last turn. Wiggolly, on the other hand, so solid on his feet. Jams it up over the top again, around the section, bang, throws the tail out. Thought he was gone, but that core strength right there coming through for Wiggolly. Looking to replace that 7. Taj still looking for an 8.94. Let's have a look at this turn right here. Kicks that tail out, sliding. Look at that back foot was off the board. Resets those fins. How did he pull that off? That is acrobatic surfing right there from Taj Burrow. Did all the hard work and then just didn't find. You see how he dug the nose in right there. A little bit too much pressure on the front foot, Joe.
Taj Burrow has always remained the oldest grommet on tour. You can see on the sport, but right now still second. This is Dantas, the heat leader. Snapping that first section. A little jam there, showing that power and control. Ripping one off the lip, and he'll throw that vertical snap to finish as we approach the final minute. Of Dantas is 6.07. Into the countdown. Taj needs an 8.94. He'll try to get up right before the horn. This one might just be in time. He'll throw a big turn off the top. Jams it hard right out front. Deep off the bottom. Solid start so far for TB. Going for a big closeout finish on a wave where he couldn't afford a mistake. He'll go down on the final effort. He did stand up just in time so that will be counted and scored. But with that fall,
Bernardo is here. My friend just flew to Brazil to here. He just arrived this morning. And I'm feeling good. I just